Okay. And with that, it's 11:30, so let me just stop this music. Because now we're in CPL business mode now, okay? Let me turn on our StarCraft audio. Dang, that's really quiet. I'm going to have to change that later. But, okay, hello everybody. We're going to be casting some old CPL 8 games because Dada was very rude and faked out CPL 9 in the announcement. Where's our splash screen? There it is. All right. This was from week 3 of CPL 8. It's our tier 0 matchup. So our first match is going to be... Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no, our first match is going to be... we're going to cast Exit versus doLife first, even though iRk-tarpman and Grast is listed first. We're going to be nice to Sublime and give him the TBT up front. We also have iRk versus Tarpman, Art of Turtle versus XUN, and then royalBlue versus toysoldiers. Where's doLife versus Exit? Our TVT. We're here for 3 hours. Played Exit in CPL yesterday. In NSL. Okay. Exit, he played the good game. He was good at StarCraft. I'm gonna be real honest. I haven't opened StarCraft Brood War in like maybe 2 months, so we're gonna be relearning some things. Our first map is gonna be on Eclipse 1.2, Exit versus doLife in a TVT. We're gonna, don't worry, with doLife. Let's give him a minute. Oh wait, no, hold on, shit, I have to move the overlay over. Oh, hold on, do I have my CPL overlay? I do. Streak. Oh. Music? No. What's this? I don't know what that is either. Okay. Overlays up. I think we have everything up. Okay. This. There we go. In the top right-hand corner, as the gray Terran, we have Exit NAS. And the bottom left, we have Ash.doLife. Playing as like the olive green, lime green. Not lime green, that's olive green. That's like a straight pea soup. Ooh, okay, nope. Ooh. That is a straight pea soup color. Alright. Well, the Terran players are building supply depots. What a concept. Let me just... Here we go. Fix that real quick. Okay. Known as the pea soup Terran. Oh, 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 oh. Oh my god, he's hiding the barracks. All the way up in the corner. That's the tech fake out. You get a nice tech show. Aren't you gonna be nice? Probably do. I'll have to see if that's an option in Streamlabs. Oh Jesus, yeah, because this that chat does not. Huh. When I turn, okay, yeah, because I have like I see that's the problem is I have like a full ass like microphone now instead of having the one on my headset, so I have to like be conscious of like where that is, or else, like, yeah, if I'm all the way, if I lean over here, it's like no volume, and we come over here and it's like okay, it's I was like someone else in the room. Dude, my identical clone. We're still working out the kinks on that, but eventually we're gonna like create the perfect CPL caster. Lightstorm asks, is this a CPL match? It is. It is from week 3 of CPL 8. We have a bunch of backlog weeks, and we're not supposed to tell you guys this because it only happens in the caster chat, but there's a lot of groups that aren't casted, and Snipe, he came down into the caster chat and he said, "What the fuck, guys? Why are we playing all these games and we're not casting them?" And so Snipe told us that we can't have CPL 9 until we cast all of CPL 8. I'm not supposed. I might get in trouble for revealing that, but yeah, he was very adamant about it. See, this is retaliation. This is a hostile work environment, okay? We do need more it's fine, we actually include a percentage of games cast in the end of season statistics this time, but we did already. We did do alright. Shit. Cast it, like, 50% is not bad for games cast. For how many fucking games we played? Playoffs were 100% cast. Heck yeah. Ooh, looks like Exit got their command center up a bit faster. Not even a bit, that's a lot faster. He's gonna have like his full saturation started by the time doLife even oh no, doLife has a pretty good SCV transition, so it's not like as far behind as it could be, but yeah, Exit definitely macroing well here. 14 days and 5 hours of cast material. Jesus. That's 14 times 24 is 96. That's over 300 hours, I think. You did 2 days and almost 12 hours yourself. Well, I guess I have 14 more days to hurry up on. Gotta do some NFT sale. Dude, when are we getting CPL coin? You can CPL coin, the cryptocurrency that can only be used to bet on CPL matches. I'm not sure what the legality of that is, but you know, it's not a real currency. So it's in hours, it's 341 hours. We already have in the blind. How do I get in on the CPL coin? It's called. Oh my god, what's happening? Exit is pushing across the map. They have tanks set up. doLife has tanks set up. They're firing at each other. 3 tanks versus 3 tanks. One's wounded. One is not wounded. Several are wounded. Oh no, the spotter barracks doing the work. Ooh, but it's still 3 tanks to 2 tanks to repair coming in. 1 tank falls. We have 1 very wounded tank. Why is this gray versus other gray? We can have it be yellow versus other yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Exit putting on okay pressure here. Like, they're gonna, I guess, keep their tank line here alive, but they aren't really going to be able to have a solid push, especially considering. Why did he cancel the engine? What's going on? What's going on? I'm saying easy cash or go through the ZVZs. We have a ZVZ, it's for later. We're doing a TVT to help Niblim out. Give Niblim an out so that Niblim might get an hour of sleep. Exit setting up their third. Again, a bit faster than doLife. Macro is very consistent across both players. Nothing huge there. Oh, geez. Oh, Wraith out. Now, the problem with the Wraith is that there are 3 Marines here. And it takes them maybe half a second to kill a Wraith. Let's see how long this Wraith lives. Evasive maneuvers, okay. Oh my god, did you see that dog run? That bombarding strike. That Wraith is equipped with nuclear capability now. I will say I like Exit being aggressive out on the map here. Is good. Is good. He's keeping like doLife contained, forcing the tanks to like, you know, come out here and control this area, while Exit is also like siphoning a few tanks off to like control this edge here and just enclosing doLife in like their corner. Now, really the question will become, is Exit like because they are losing tanks at a faster rate than doLife is. So I guess the question, nope, actually. Yeah, so these vultures aren't going to get anything done because of the tanks up here, and that's really good for Exit here. The vultures try running up, but yeah. That was a good engagement there by Exit. Oh shit, is somebody agreeing? Okay, fuck. Okay, I need to pay attention to my chat. Hello! Thank you, Lightswarm, for redeeming, casting the rest of this game in a rich— Jesus, this is garbage. Okay, let's zoom in. Let's zoom into a place where it actually looks like a playable game. Okay, Dada is redeeming it as well to turn it back. Thank you, Dada. Blessed. My... Hope you enjoyed your 5 seconds. Oh, Lightswarm! We've begun the war. Alright, we're back to original graphics. Just as doLife is going to break the siege line up here. Spider mines are laid down. Tanks running into them. Vultures getting on top. There's an explosion. Tank goes down. Dada requested... We're switching back. Then Lightswarm requested another switch back. But then Dada reset us back to original graphics. Much like Terran versus Terran, the graphics game is a stalemate. Actually, hold on. Dada redeemed the graphics twice. Actually. Dada, you fool. You overextended. You ran into Lightswarm spider mines. I don't make the rules, I just reinforce them. I was hoping so. Alright. We have a scan going down. Dada played themselves and we are redeemed back. Listen, Dada, I enforce the letter of the chat law, not the spirit. Vulture drop coming in here. Actually, we'll tank. Yeah, this shouldn't get much done because of a good reaction from doLife. Yeah, doLife is in an okay position here. Their macro has fallen behind a little bit. They are 9 SCVs behind their opponent, but they've now sort of gained map control with their vultures out on the map denying this fourth, while they're setting up their own little, defensive area at their own fourth. So, in TV, what is this? Dude, Nas' Exit is playing, like, he's like setting up like a turret D UMS wall in the bottom corner here. When Carbot skin? I'll have to buy the Carbot skin, but Yeah, you can't. Wait, can you? Let me see. Options. Yeah, I can't switch the Carbot skin on the fly, unfortunately. PvT is dirty. It really is. Oh, the mines. The spode. Oh, that one's gonna get it. That's a huge explosion. Lots of damage on the Sarge tanks. Yeah, so these are gonna boom. Oh, actually, never mind. Exit is just gonna completely wipe this base and take a 21 SCV lead. That's gonna be huge if Exit actually, like, well, this is a 50 supply lead. They might just be able to find a killing blow here, but they really aren't mobilized out on the map. And doLife has a bank to sort of reestablish themselves there, but they are going to need to clear this base, which is going to be pretty difficult with all these spider mines. So here come the SCVs, right into the Vulture's hands. That's, you know, not the greatest play, but someone's got to establish it somewhere. 4th command center down for doLife, 4th on the way for Exit, taking the bottom right. And actually, they might be looking to take both bottom right bases, which will be good for them, being as how they have 21 SCVs more than their opponent, 30 extra supply, 35 extra supply. Looks like they're going to be able to take this base up here as well. And it looks like a drop is happening in the main. Now, setting up spider mines on this ramp is going to be so annoying for doLife to actually fight back up. And, well, good thing doLife's fight spider mines fairly well, but it does take them a while. And in that time it takes them to get up there, siege tanks are lined up, and doLife is going to GG. And that's going to be a win for Exit and AS. Let's look at their score and see how well they did. Exit with the 262 APM, doLife with 190, 69, nice, 1,000 score versus 61,000. Looks like a solid game there from both players. All right, let's switch that splash screen. Splash screen over. And let's start our second game with doLife choosing to go the Neosilphid 2.0. Nope, that's the wrong screen. There we go. All right. Yep. Okay, in the... Nope, that's the wrong... W? Yeah. In the bottom left of Neosilphid, we have Exit Nos playing as the Red Terran. And in the bottom right of Neosilphid, we have doLife. Once again, playing the classic pea soup Terran. Gotta reduce your scroll speed or just use the keyboard. What if I want to use my mouse? Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. What is... I don't even know. What is my scroll speed? What's my scroll speed at? Oh, jeez. That's, I'm gonna not do that. Okay, sorry. Okay, fuck. I like keyboard scroll. Now zips around a bit less. Yeah. Starting off regular TVT stuff, which means I'm going to use this time to go off on a random tangent. Speaking of keyboard scroll speeds, you know what really grinds my gears is emulating, like playing Warcraft 2 on modern hardware. The fucking like keyboard scroll speed and mouse scroll speed is like tied to the frames per second. So, like emulating like Warcraft 2 in DOSBox, like unless you like frame cap it, it gets really fucking crazy. Basically unplayable, like the mouse scroll is. If you play on the... Oh, I'm sorry. Did you try to put a link in? Wait, is there a specific Warcraft 2 client that is like... Put it in with like a space between the dot. I just download wrong. It's a community version with its own server. Oh. Or 2.re. Of course it would be Russian. Wait, does it have the campaigns? Oh. All right, we might be we might be becoming a Warcraft 2 stream in the future. Hell yeah. Alright, SCV scouts coming out. Pump that up a little bit. SCV scouts coming in, getting both bases scouted. Isu Karen, going to be seeing the expansion. Both going down around the same time. U8T3 IO3 Twitch stream. Whoa, music is a bit... Oh, no. Alright. Let me lower that down again. There we go. How about there? Maybe it's just quiet on my end because I have my headphone speakers, like, really low. Oh, that's actually super loud. Never mind. I'm gonna... Ooh, okay, never mind. I'm gonna lower that for y'all. Okay, that should be better, maybe? Okay. Okay, CC going down for both Terran players. Vultures are out for red. One Vulture is out for doLife, who is getting their second factory up, has their machine shop ready. No machine shop for exit, just going pure Vulture man. So we should be seeing some interesting... I say interesting. We should be maybe seeing like a Vulture push here. But it's like a slow, it's a slow Vulture push. There is the possibility that this just catches doLife completely off guard, but with the siege tank out, it might not have the stopping. Well, no, he's just going three fact Vulture, maybe. Oh, armory on the way for both players. Almost finished for doLife. So if he gets the armory up to fight the Vultures, this push is just gonna not be good. But with the siege tank out, like already the Vulture is not gonna be getting much done. But exit just going for the SCV kills here now. He looks like he's gonna get one more. No, oh my gosh. What's that SCV at? 2 HP. That is a wild. That SCV has seen some shit. But with 3 facts up, 2 machine shops on the way, looks like exit is going to be going for more standard. Like, they're just going to go into standard TVT stuff. Oh, but this Vulture is going to sneak into the base while the tanks are out pushing the map. That's a really good reverse attack by exit, but the Vulture's going to get caught up on the CC and miss out on maybe 2 or 3 SCV kills as the Goliath is going to finish it off. And with 2 siege tanks in the natural, nothing building at home. Actually, I mean 2 siege tanks building at home, but yeah, that's going to be a lot of not good SCVs, as these tanks are doing 15 damage per shot. It does take 4 shots to kill an SCV, but you know what? That's less than a Dragoon, and Dragoons fighting SCVs is really good for Protoss. So, same standard there. Oh, and doLife already has siege mode researched, meaning that exit is going to have to do some very fancy macro to get this to work properly. And it's not going to work at all. SCV's pulled to help fight the tank that is no longer sieged, and is just going to micro them across the map, and Exit is going to lose 2 more SCVs for a total of going down to 25 against their opponent's 33, and an 8 SCV advantage this early in the game is huge, but it's actually only a 4 SCV. Never mind. Okay, it's actually only a 6 SCV advantage because 2 are not mining. Barracks in the main going to die. And yeah, doLife has the tempo of the game. They're adding on their extra factories now, while Exit is still stuck on 3, which means that in just a few moments, once those factories get online, it's going to be a very simple game for doLife to probably just run their opponent over. Maybe. Anything can happen in a game of TVT. The siege tanks might siege incorrectly. They might run into spider mines. The players may go take a nap while they sit and watch their siege tanks stare at their opponent's siege tanks. Barracks falling. Exit reinforcing their tank line. Looks like they are on pure tanks at this point. Well, yeah, they only have tank army. They're going to take a weird angle here, but they should be able to wedge 1 tank out from doLife. But now they're in a very annoying position where doLife is going to have a hard time coming out into this area. However, because they're lined up like this, if doLife is able to like sneak some tanks across here and attack from like the vertical angle, they can snipe the tanks off 1 by 1. And it's a good position for Exit, but it does have a weakness here that doLife can exploit. doLife just going pure vultures at this point, or building. They have 3 vultures, not pure vultures. I don't listen. It's been a while since I've casted a game. We're getting our bearing here. Additional siege tanks coming out to reinforce the map. Vultures mining out on the map while Exit has the map control. Good play from all players. SCV coming up to help defend. Vultures getting on top of the tanks. No spider mines, but an unsiege is going to take out that vulture. This tank just barely doesn't have vision of this army right here. And again, it will just be very awkward. Every movement doLife has is going to be very awkward into this area, especially as Exit is getting their full line set up right here, making it so that there really is going to be fewer and fewer points of attack that doLife can exploit to break this contain. Okay. doLife breaks the contain. Again, just the vultures coming out, the spider mine plays that doLife has done in the first game and this game, both are very good. He now has a couple of, like, you know, angles that he can get around, right? Holding this area is very good on Sylphid, but when, like, if your opponent has this whole space to work with, they have, like, their alternate routes that they can take to get out on the map. And especially, like, you're no longer denying them this third base, so it can be... Technically, you're also not denying the mineral only anymore. You're really just denying the main push path. So everything becomes just slightly riskier. Yeah. Well, this is not looking good for Exit now. They have an army of tanks just kind of running across the map, and like siege is good, but you know, siege isn't gonna help tanks. Like 3 tanks fight off twice that many. doLife hang across the map, getting ready to siege the natural now. They have a pretty solid core here. Some Goliaths added in to help give them that defense against vultures and like run-bys and stuff. Ship weapon, oh my, actually Exit this whole time has been preparing their secret weapon. They're going full into battle cruisers, which that's not great for a moment when you're just about to die. Battle cruisers take a very long time to build, so I think Exit just kind of maybe assumed that their contain was a lot better than it actually was, and now they're going to get punished for thinking that, and they're going to GG, leave the game, and doLife is going to take game 2, putting us at a 1-1. Let's see what our players' scores are. And it was a much faster game here. 35,000 points for Exit, 48,000 for doLife. We need to pump those numbers up. All right, let's move over to our splash screen as we get our last game of our first series set up. doLife versus Exit, TVT, and they bring it to the classic map, Polypoid 1.65, which I don't like this map, but I'm not the one playing. Where is my stream? There it is. All right, let's open up StarCraft and let's see these players do the thing that they do in Terran where they build the siege tanks. We're still on yellow versus yellow in the shift tab version, so we're just going to keep it on Exit NOS in the top right of Polypoid 1.65, playing as the yellow Terran squad versus doLife, playing their main, their primary colors, their #1 faction, their loyalty, the green, olive green Terran. Grassed in the chat with the lettuce power. Voting for doLife to take the series. I think doLife was the lettuce attack player. Once again, hiding their barrack. Well, I guess not really hiding the barracks. All right. Both players scouting. doLife gonna get the first scout there. Exit NAS, unfortunately, is gonna get the last scout due to their pattern. So that's gonna favor doLife, but Exit will probably scout here, then maybe cross scout. And they see the SCV coming up. Factories on the way for both players. No extremely early command center, just, you know, safe standard play. Nothing cheesy, nothing too out of the ordinary for the average TVT game. CC. Both players going vultures, no machine shops first. Another SUV's going in for the scout. Both should get like killed pretty quickly. Oh, Exit NAS actually going to be pushing out. That means they are going to catch this SCV out on the map, but doLife also pushing out. So Exit is going to try to maybe hold the high ground, but with the SUV dead, both players just kind of retreat back to the safety of their base, so that, you know, they don't lose the tempo this early in the game. Exit adding on 2 extra factories, doLife adding on factory, just one extra factory. So they're probably gonna instantly start siege mode and a siege tank once it gets up. See, Exit's macro is just slightly sharper than doLife's. doLife floating a bit more resources. They're behind 3 SCVs at this point. Their CC was a bit later. So it's all these like little tiny things that Exit is doing that eventually adds up to like what is now an insane advantage, where they're able to get the extra factory and get their machine shop upgrade started first. And like, yeah, so Exit executing a very
to serve and counsel you.
Champion.
Where you been? You broke our 6-month streak frown.
I know. Listen, we had a bunch of stuff. It was a very busy couple months there for me. Also, I slept in a lot. But most of it was being busy. Only some of it was I slept in and didn't feel like streaming. But we're back. Hopefully, maybe. We're back. Yeah. Go. Korean Mechanics. What a great team. What a fantastic team. Really the true victors of CPL 8. Because it wasn't about the trophy at the end. It was truly about the mechanics we fixed along the way. I don't know. Exit NOS spreading out, getting their spider mines laid out on the map. Basic map control stuff. They have their barracks floating over, so they see the extra machine shops being added on. They are going up to Starport, adding on their academy for their scanner sweep thing, whatever makes those comsat stations. Wraiths on the way as well. I mean, when you have the free information, like if the barracks is alive this long, it really is only because the opponent hasn't gone Goliaths. But the armory is somewhere, actually. The barracks didn't scout. Oh, it's up here in the corner, hidden behind the production tab. So the barracks didn't see the armory, and I think if it did, Exit wouldn't be going vultures, or wouldn't be going wraiths, but, you know. Sometimes where I think those vultures were shooting themselves, which is not good. But the tank is going to retreat back into the spider mines. It will get picked off, unfortunately. And the Wraith is out and is going to start putting pressure on the siege tanks, but Goliaths are going to end it pretty quickly as long as they don't aggro on the barracks, which they are doing. Exit NAS is now the tides have really flipped, where Exit is down 8 SCVs and 6 supply, which is bad in mirror matchups. They are going up to their third base, though, while doLife is not even positioning to take their third quite yet. So as long as Exit doesn't die to a sudden timing attack within the next few minutes, they should be able to scale a bit better in the mid game. Vultures coming down, get caught up on a pack of Exit's vultures. Again, Exit is doing a good job just keeping the map control and making doLife fight for every like little space they get out on the map there. Wraith coming in is going to get shot down by this Goliath basically immediately. There it goes. He did his best. Well, he gets a scout actually. He might live. No, he won't. He won't live. What a poor flight, man. Yep, third going up for doLife at the mineral only, as Exit is going to start getting their SCV production moving down to their third. They are still nearly 15 supply behind, but they are catching up quite quickly now, especially with their the SCV production finally sort of kicking into the gear that it needs to be in. So yeah, doLife had the like supply and economic advantage there for a moment, but again, it's like I said, where Exit gets this third base online so much quicker that they're gonna scale harder. And I mean, they're still about 20-ish, 15 supply behind, which isn't great. But they've taken the SCV lead. They've laid out mines so that it's a lot harder for doLife to just run units across the map, which buys them enough time that maybe they can build up the army that they need. They are only on 3 factories though versus doLife's 5, which that's bad actually. When the game is entirely based around your mech unit production being basically having 3/5 your opponent's production is going to not let you build things. And we can see that Exit has started skyrocketing in their bank here, and a lot of that might just be because they don't have the factories to start producing as much units. And with Exit's army essentially drying up, a lot of tanks and a lot of vultures trapped out here on the map, doLife is basically free to just come in and take out this expansion here, and the vultures are going to get up into the main. Exit isn't going to be able to fight them effectively. Goliaths are going to start coming up here. Now this siege tank on the wrap, great SCV block there, but the SCVs will get taken out. And the siege tank on the high ground can do a lot of defense, but doLife is just going to swing down here and maybe try and take out this third instead. But there's 2 siege tanks on the high ground. So, and doLife fully operational, 3 fully operational bases. And yeah, Exit is going to lose this third base as well. doLife, all these SCVs are essentially forfeit, because if they try to retreat upwards, they're going to run right into siege tank fire. So they're going to have to stay and fight. But that does mean they're all going to die. Some siege tanks come down to help defend the third. And just barely, Exit might be able to hold this. But now they're down to 10 SCVs below their opponent. 1 bait. Well, actually, no, the command center's alive. Oh. And the supply counts are roughly equalized now. doLife wasn't really macroing behind this attack, so they've banked up 2k minerals, and their supply is essentially even with Exit now. And Exit has gone up into a lot more complicated tech. Looks like they're just going to be going mass Wraith with Cloak, which can work, but it might also help provide Exit with the space they need to get into those battle cruisers that they were trying to get in Game 2. I mean, if doLife isn't careful with their comsat sweeps, now again, it only takes 50 minerals, so they already have 3 scans in there. And Wraiths, you really only need 1 scan to kill a control group of Wraiths. Another Vulture run by here, taking out all the SCVs at this third base. So again, doLife is taking the SCV advantage there by nearly, by 10, 11 SCVs. And when you only have Wraiths to defend, Wraiths do tickle damage, They're great, but you need a lot of them. And Exit is trying to get a lot of them, but with the economic damage that doLife is getting and that the SCV union is causing by refusing to work, they're taking their mandated breaks. Exit is a terrible boss. He works them hard. They deserve these breaks. They are refusing to work for. They're refusing to work on basis of Exit. You know, he's been sending SCVs down to the 3rd base. They keep dying. Scimo bro, zoom out. Man, listen. Look, the SCV counts been normalized. I mean, really, again, this all comes back to how Exit has had better macro than doLife in all the games. Game 2 was like a very concise victory for doLife, taking advantage of Exit going for a really greedy, fast battlecruiser build. But like doLife has had the SCV advantage, like they have it right now, and have had it several times throughout the game. They've had the factory advantage, but they just haven't had like the macro concentration to make use of all their bank. Now sometimes your opponent just sends a clump of siege tanks into an opponent's siege tank line, and they lose 20 supply in one attack. And when that happens, obviously there's some issues there. So I think Exit might have thought they were ahead when they're not. They're just even. And so because of that, they sacrifice essentially a even supply. They're down to now being basically 40 supply below their opponent. Their opponent, who is just going pure factory, has a ton of Goliaths coming out. So it's nice that Exit is finally finding the time to go into battle cruisers. But they don't really have anything else going for them. They have less than 35... Yeah, they have less than 30 army supply, while doLife can now start putting pressure on the bases here. Once the Goliaths join up with these tanks, they'll just one scanner sweep kills all these Wraiths. If the Wraiths don't run out of energy before then. Yeah, I mean, just every time doLife comes and looks at this, they get 20 extra supply. Now here comes the big push. I guess the thing is to look for is we can look at all these tanks, look at all the Goliaths, look at all the vultures, and then look at a tank, a vulture, 2 tanks, 3 tanks. Like, this is an unfortunate spot for Exit, and I think their strategy of going for that heavy air play is just not cutting it when the opponent is just repeatedly getting economic advantages, repeatedly getting up into the natural here, repeatedly clearing out the 3rd of all SCVs, and now that the vultures are getting spider mines on top of the factories, we have a nice little clump of Goliaths here to help deal with the 3 battle cruisers that'll spawn in 30 years, maybe. Yeah. It just, unfortunately, one scan takes out all the Wraiths, gets on top of the factories here, gets in the main. I mean, one vulture coming down here clears all those SCVs. And that is going to be game. And doLife is going to take it 2-1. I think Exit is waiting for the battle cruisers to come out just so they could be like, they could see, maybe make a miracle happen, but it's not happening. Another giant wave of mech, mostly vultures and siege tanks, to be fair. So if the battle cruisers take out the 3 or 4 Goliaths with this army, they could pull a Protoss and just have carriers, like treat these like carriers. But unfortunately, Goliath DPS is actually insane. They are going to clear the Goliaths, but they're going to lose their entire base in the process. And at this point, doLife just comes back to this base and just goes Goliath, 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 and then exit GG's. And doLife secures the win with 116,000 total score. Amazing. All right, let's go to our splash screen and put in our score. Exit with the 1-2 loss against doLife, who has the 2-1 win. Our next match is going to be Grast versus iRk-tarpman. After a very short break, we will be starting up that game. It's going to be a Protoss versus Terran, so that's your warning. And yeah, we'll be right back. All right. We are back and ready to start our second match of the day. Let's go ahead and hop into it. It's going to be Grass versus Tarpman, I think was the matchup in a PVT. It was. I was correct. All right. In the... Oh, wait, shoot. I should probably... Let me actually be a good stream caster person. All right. In the top right corner of Eclipse 1.2, we have Grass representing Lettuce Attack as the mustard yellow Protoss. And the bottom left, oh, I'm sorry, it was a PVZ. And we have Tarpman, iRk-tarpman, representing the Korean Mechanics as the dark green Zerg. All right. Pylon out for our Protoss player. Overlord moving for our Zerg player. Standard stuff. Is it going to be a gateway or forge? It's going to be a gateway first from our Protoss. The slick gateway first is a fun build. It's so good. I love using gateway first. I'm bad at the game, so like half the times I do gateway first, I just die to like a Ling Rush, but it offers you like so much extra flexibility in the build, to not have to like get forge and cannons. Grassed in the chat. Pro toss. Forge going down. No, I'm sorry. Second gateway going down. Okay, we're a double gate. We're in a double gateway kind of game. I mean, on Eclipse, right? Like, wouldn't you? Drone is going to scout that. And it was spawning pool first, which is good for the double gateway play here. Because, you know, the Zerg won't have as many larvae to counteract the Zealots with. So Tarpman is going to have to basically just go pure Zerglings from here on out to try and not die. Dada saying pool in the mineral boosting position. So if you're a Zerg player watching this, put your spawning pool here and you'll mine minerals faster. It seems like, yeah, that makes sense. The drone is just going left and right. All right, first couple Zerglings coming out. First few are going to move across the map. And Grass now has 3 Zealots. I think it's generally you need 4 Zerglings. You generally want to have, like, what is it, 4 times as many? Like, so if you're getting attacked by 3 Zealots, you need 12 Zerglings to fight that. I might be wrong on that, but, you know, Tarpman is producing just pure Zerglings to make sure they don't die. Sunken Colony gonna get set up on the natural as well. And it looks like Grass isn't really going to be hard committing to the 2-gate, instead just building 4 Zealots, halting production there to get their Nexus up, and they'll probably put something here for the wall. 1 Zealot comes in, and that is a bit of a miss macro there. He's separated from his brothers, and he is going to get taken out without getting any damage done. Now, he did force a ton of Zerglings. Yeah, easily 7 drones worth of Zerglings somewhere along the way. So, ooh, I like the hidden probe. So easily, you know, that still is worth it, right? Because if the Zerglings aren't going to, like, get a bunch of extra damage done, like, the Zealots can just set up in their wall here, Photon Cannon can get down, so the Zerglings aren't going to be able to get much counter damage, but you've hiccuped the production of the opponent's income, like the drones and stuff. Now there's going to be a third hatchery going down relatively quickly. Standard Zerg stuff, you get your third hatch as soon as possible. Double pylons to be safe, but we do have Zealots out on the map. They can get put pressure on the hatchery, but they will get taken out by the Zerglings once Tarpman reacts. Dada is expecting a pylon here. Probe getting the full scout, still doesn't see any tech. Tarpman is still on hatch. While Grast is getting their assimilators up, Cybernetics Core is up as well, so we should be seeing the Stargate here as soon as we hit 150 gas. Third hatch nearly done. Zerglings tracking Zealots across the map. I love the little, like, shaving off 1 or 2 Zerglings just to keep little spotters at where your opponents are going to be expanding. It's very cool. Crash showing restraint there by showing the probe. Yeah. Is Grast, I'm going to build photon cannons and take out your assimilator kind of Protoss? Because, if so, then I might have to switch my allegiances temporarily for a match. Nothing personal at Tarpman, just, you know. We appreciate the cheese toss. Grast is the only one who did a probe rush this season, just saying. Oh. Well. Now that's interesting. Ooh. 2 drone kills on a Zealot, that's pretty good. That Zealot paid for itself, pick up Tarpman a bit more. See drones getting pulled to be taken to the third. Corsairs coming out, as is Dragoon range. So Grast is going to be going for a bit more of a early fighting thing, but you know, Hydras are out, Lurkers are probably on the way here as soon as that lair finishes, so you really do need to get into that Dragoon range at this point in the game. It was in the finals cast that Grast did a probe rush. Oh my god. That's Huh. I'm just getting shot now. Oh, Corsair almost gets an Overlord, but is shooed away by the Hydras tending to it. Overlords are out on the map, but the Corsair running to the corner should be able to catch at least one and kill it. We have another Overlord in that corner there, but usually, generally, the Corsairs aren't going to run out into here. Yep. That's a lot of, ooh, cybernetic legs upgraded for the Zealots. And that's good. That makes them very good at fighting Hydralisks because they can get on top of them really easily now. So it's a bit of a... Whoa, Simon, your mic just went up. Yeah, because I have it right here in... It's like, I have it on a swivel, so I can just be like, whoa. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, this is an attack? Yeah. The SimCity here from Tarpman is really good, and they already have the Sunken Colony from earlier, so... Oof. Champy, you say when the Protoss has a higher APM, it's not a good sign, but when the higher APM takes bad fights, sometimes it can hurt as much as it helps. We have High Templar out. I assume we have Storm. We can't see if they have Storm researched, but I assume that they have Storm researched, or else this is going to get very awkward for our Protoss. Oh, yeah, they have Storm. That High Templar's looking for a little nice clump of Hydras. Hydra's going to inch forward. Templar does have Storm here. There we go. Scares them away. Second one. Now the big issue here is that, yeah, with Grass sort of losing all those Zealots earlier, they are just kind of trying to bait out the storms. Grass has to just survive a little bit longer so they can rebuild that army here. Tartman, meanwhile, Lurker's almost finished. We have observatories up for Grass, so, you know. Like, the moves are being matched here. Like, Tartman will have Lurkers, Grass will have Observers, Tartman has Hiders outside the main, High Templars have Storm. Nice Storm there on a... Ooh, that was a pretty good Storm. Now, if we see a Storm on the eggs, that could be pretty good. No Storm on the eggs. Grass, unfortunately, is not that cool for the Storm egg, but, you know. Lurkers come out, they spread out, and that's going to mean Grass is going to have to retreat, panic build some Observers. Yeah. But Grass behind all of this does have a sneaky third, which means that this contain does not matter as much as Tartman thinks it does. And that even though Tartman is going up to 4 bases, they're still going to be even with Grass. Okay, Lurker's getting cleared. Storm on a Hydra. Grass. Storm isn't free, so let's use Storm on a single Hydra. Grass in the chat. Truly Protoss math. Alright, and now with the Hydra reinforcements here, this is actually looking not great for our Protoss hero. Extra Overlords coming up, help defend. Spot for the Observers. Lurker falls, only a couple Hydras remain. And the Zealots are going to clear them out. Storm on the Overlords. Storm the Overlords. Do it. Do it. It would be hilarious. Okay. Wow. Dragoons kill Overlords pretty quickly, so, you know. That works as well. But with the reinforcing Hydras coming up on top of the High Templar, we might get some very good snipes on them. Observers, yeah, getting picked off. High Templar getting picked off, and Grass is going to have to retreat back into their wall as a few more Zealots come out and get picked off very easily. High Templar Storm energy is drying up, and that this wave of units from Tartman is going to re-establish the containment. Photon Cannons taking out the gateway, so Grass can reinforce a bit cleaner. Goons getting bullied. Gateway's gonna fall. In the main, we have an additional 7 gates, so we're up to 8 gateways, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Third base getting slowly saturated. And again, once again, the containment here is gonna break. Lurker disappears from existence. But again, reinforcing Hydras coming up, Storm coming down, getting rid of one of the packs, but the second pack is also going to get cleaned up pretty quickly as the Zealots get on top of them. And it looks like Grass is going to be able to take the advantage here in the game and maybe start moving across the map. Maybe. Looks like they're going to be playing a bit safer. Just stay back. Don't want to start moving out too soon, which is fair, as Tartman is reinforcing more Hydralisks and more Lurkers. They're up to Hives, so we could be seeing Defilers mixed in, or a move to Ultralisks as they get their 4th Gas Geyser underway. Grass is going to start getting their own 4th base up as well. And we're going to start seeing sort of the something flew over here and died for Tarpman, so Tarpman is aware of this base now. Adrenal glands for the Zerglings on the way. Defiler mound. Defiler den? Defiler mound, huh? Hi, hello. Aloha. Oh, no. Hi, hello. Aloha. By viewers, followers, and primes on mysturm.store. Don't do that. How do I... Where's my... What if I modded? Ban. Do you think that the people who make the Twitch chat spam bots like have like have lines of code? Thank you for reading the ad out to yeah. Well, I didn't say how to spell it. It was spelled weirdly. But I wonder if the Twitch chat bot like spammers, like when they make them, if they have like code for if the bots get modded to like ruin the stream and like change everything, because like why wouldn't you, right? Just in case someone misclicks and mods your bot, like have a thing where it's like, oh, I have mod privileges, edit all the stream info, ban everyone. I'm just saying, if I was making Twitch spam bots, that's what I would do. Really great push here from Grast. But with the lurker reinforcements, the storms might be running a little bit thin. Dragoons fighting on Zerglings. Overlords falling. Tarpman has plenty of supply, though. But the Dragoons are going to start... Yeah, there's no Zealot buffer between the Zealots and the Dragoons. And the Hydras are going to start coming around. It's going to make it really hard for them to push further. And especially as Tarpman is bringing in 26 Zerglings to be able to come up and surround and kill the Dragoons. That could be very problematic for our Protoss player here. And what is also problematic is getting surrounded on all sides. Now again, we have maybe like 4 or 5 storms on these High Templar remaining. Yes, just gonna keep it up. Playing well. Finds the space for his Dragoons and Templar to evacuate quickly. Yep. Defilers out. Plague on the way. Storms going down. Lots of excess storms going down, but those Hydras are melting there. Oh my god, storm in the dark cloud. Always a great idea. Not enough energy. Looks like we are finally out of storms, and the Grast army is thinning out once again as Tarpman is coming up. Yeah, no, that's bad tempo there. Like, you always want to be at least maybe 20 to 30 supply ahead of the Zerg once they start getting evened. Once the supply starts evening out, it starts having to be... It's a lot harder to take those fights. Ooh. Hate to see the friendly fire take out the observers. But yeah, Tarpman just adding on their extra things. They've taken up to 5 bases now. So again, it's still technically 5 bases to 4 bases. But with Tarpman taking this extra gas base, yeah, like Peon 4 gas versus Plague Defiler. It's we're into like the turbo late game here, and it really does come down to some execution. Now, you know what would be really cool? Would be Dark Archons, because feedback kills Defilers. I'm just saying. That's a pretty cool ability right there. Can mind control lurkers? Maelstrom hydras? I think Dark Archons would be good in this situation. Jesus, that was a lot of lurkers just dying. So the 6th Protoss... No, the 5th Protoss base is going to get denied here. But, actually, it might not if that probe lives. Actually, it might, because I think the Protoss might have built the pylon too close to where the Nexus is supposed to be. Oh, extra Zerglings. So this is really good. Like, the Zerglings are such a heavy hitter late game, but once you've mixed in the Archons, they kind of counter them. Backing off of the Dark Swarm. Very good plays here. Grass playing calm, collected, cool. Tartman re-engaging, keeping the pressure on. But again, like, you have Zerg on 6 gas? That's a lot of gas for a Zerg. Like, they can just basically build whatever they want at this point. Ooh, run by coming in, but we do have the defenses set up. So Grass is not going to be able to get the economic damage done here that they would like. Nidus can also set up, so good plays there. Yep, Lurker and Defiler set up here on the high ground. Defiler gets killed pretty quickly, and the Observer is going to help them clear that. And with this, Grass should be able to get their 5th base established. Now, there is the issue that Grass still hasn't taken this base here, so the map isn't really cut as in half as you would think it is. Tartman has like the base that technically counts as 2 bases, especially if you're Zerg. Like, being able to get 2 gases on 1 base is as good as taking 2 extra bases. Ooh, extra robos being added on for the late game Reavers that we like to see. Nope, and another wave of Zerg coming up to clear out this base once again. Tartman finally getting supply blocked from losing a bunch of Overlords. But with this attack up the middle, they're going to lose enough supply that they can build the things again. The army from Grass, this is a very strong Protoss death ball we have going on there. Surprised to not see more plagues. Tartman has been basically steady just doing dark swarms here. Oh, there's 1 plague on that group. Like, dark swarm is fine, I guess. It really is the issue is that, like, if you're going like dark swarm with hydras, it's okay. I think just if every Dark Swarm that Tartman had used was a Plague to, like, lower the Protoss HP and, like, tax that, I think we'd be in the... They'd have a... You know, they'd be trading a bit better. They're also losing a lot of Zerglings. How many kills does this Archon have? Only 11. Okay. Yeah, Grass has plenty of photon cannons set up here. But a weird micro thing, the Zerglings weren't able to get on top of them. Oh, Tartman actually trying to take this 11 o'clock base. That's not gonna work. But I applaud the bravery. Yeah. I think really maybe Tartman needed Ultralisks in this situation. Or just, you know, plagues, right? Like, if all these Dragoons were at 1 HP, like, the fights could be so much better for Tartman. Tartman's actually running out of minerals now. That's crazy. Huh. Yeah, I mean, they've been siphoning off so many lurkers and defilers that I like Tartman when they're running out of minerals like this, like I don't know where they're going to like spend it. So they can't move over into Ultralisks anymore. That would be way too mineral heavy. Plus, like, really, this does just come down to efficiency, right? Like, Tartman has had more resources than Grass, or, like, more income than Grass for most of the game. Like, Zerg units are inherently, like, way more efficient than Protoss units. So, like, it really does say something about, like, how bad the fights have been taken, where Grass has been able to bank, you know, 3,000 minerals, 4,000 gas, while only being on 4 bases against a 26-minute late game Zerg. Grass said there was some shuttle action around the map. Meanwhile, oh, was there maybe some storm drops I might have missed? That could also help sort of explain maybe some of the extra pressure that was going on. Yeah, like, I just don't think the Dark Swarms are as worth it as Tartman is doing here. Grass is saying several storm drops. Like, if these Dragoons were all at 1 HP, like, Grass would have to be more wary about taking this fight, right? I mean, just look at how many extra Hydra shots that Dragoon took. So yeah, it's looking like, oh Jesus, okay. Storm Reaver drop, the Protoss Doom drop in the main. This should probably end the game here. I don't think Tartman is going to be able to defend this and keep their defenses at their other bases alive. Spire goes down. Queen's Nest might be next. High Templar still has plenty of energy. Don't know where he's going. I think he was on the wrong hotkey. But yeah, they're going to move up to the third base here, which has been mined out. And so they're actually going to be moving the Reaver up into here. Oh, Storm drop. Storm. That double Storm taking almost 20 drones off of one High Templar. Bringing the Reaver and Zealots back into the main here. I believe that was the Defiler Mound that just died. Spawning Pool just died. Tartman does not have the resources to replace these expensive tech structures. And I think, yeah, we're going to be seeing the game sort of wrap up here momentarily. A huge push out here on the front. I wonder what the upgrades are at. Threes across the board for Grass. Tartman on, well, threes across the board as well. So the upgrades were good for both players. It's just that Grass took a lot, like the fights that Grass took were so much better. I think Tartman didn't properly utilize their tech units as well as they could have been. So a lot of the value that Tartman was throwing at Grass didn't really come to fruition. And that is going to be GG here whenever Tartman calls it. There it is. Grass is going to take game 1 of our second series of the day with 262,000 points. So you can see the resources. Tartman mined a lot more than Grass. So it really does come down to how efficient those fights were. Yeah, they only killed 188 units. Wild. Alright, let's switch back over to our splash screen. And... we do a couple things here. And we're gonna hop into our second game of Grass versus Tarpman. Going to be on Neosylphid 2.0. And we'll hop right into it. Just start the match. No waiting. Move over to our stream tab. And in this game, we have Tarpman playing the Cian Zerg in the bottom left. The top of the bottom left of Neosylphid. Versus their opponent, Grassed, playing the light gray Protoss in the top of the bottom right of Neosylphid. I really like Neosylphid. I think it's an insanely fun PvZ map. Always has really good matches. I think my favorite match from CPL 8 was on this map. And I wish I remembered who the players were, but it was like a 50-minute long PvZ with like Queens and Dark Archons. And I'm now feel really bad that I am forgetting who played those matches. That was a really fun game to cast. Grass sending out the pylon that early. Now they opened with the double gateway on Eclipse, but they might not do that here on Neosylphid, just because, you know, 3 bases is a lot harder to scout and be sure that you're, you know, getting the attack in that you want. Especially since if you're going double gateway on Neosylphid, you have to place it at the proxy tree, or else you don't get the buff that it gives you. That's a very important part of the 2-gate on Neosylphid. Tarpman gets the first scout in on, or Grass gets the first scout in on Tarpman. The Overlord is going to come right across the map. And it does look like we are going to be getting a double gateway play here from Grass. Once again. Maybe. 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 No, it's going to be the Forge this time. So, not the aggressive 2-gate strategy they did game 1, but the more just, it's a gateway opener. Now, with the scout they did, they scout spawning pool first, so you do need to get the Forge before you get your Nexus. Technically, you don't, I think. It really depends on how aggressive the Zerg is being. I think if you see, like, 8 Zerglings spawn, like, you have to be safe and build the Forge and stuff, but maybe just for the wall, I don't know. Listen, it's been like 2 months since I played, so I don't quite remember the intricacies of Gateway Expand. I'm like 70% sure that you can get your Nexus first in all cases, but I might be really wrong on that. Actually, you know what? Yeah, if you have 8 Zerglings coming across the map, you need some kind of wall, and this looks okay. I think you can skip, like, if you leave your Zealot at home and you have 2 Zealots, you can skip the cannon and get the Nexus earlier, but yeah. Simulator pylons. Extra hatcheries, spawning pool, or the creep colony for defense there. Extra probe for the wall. Nexus finishing up. Pretty straightforward stuff here. Tarpman should be in their third base here fairly soon. Oh. Huh. Zealot snuck into the main. Got a drone. That's pretty good. Yeah. Three Zealots moving out. Not sure about that one, but I think they'll be able to fight these Zerglings. Citadel of a Dune before Stargate. So we could be seeing just a speed Zealot timing, or a sort of fast DT or High Templar. Hydra upgrades, +1 attack, and Hydra range on the way for Tarpman. So yeah, just pretty stock standard ZVP stuff. You get the Hydra upgrades. As Protoss, you get, well actually, you know, it's not really stock standard because we're getting Zealot speed before, like, Storms. So, but +1 Zealot speed Corsair as like a timing attack could be good. Templar Archive on the way, so Storms are in the pipeline. It really depends on the number of Hydralisks that Tarpman fields. And on 2 bases, I don't think there will be enough Hydras to really be able to, you know, reliably, like, just completely run over +1 Zealots. Or, you know, speed Zealot, +1 speed Zealots. Because those are pretty scary. SimCity here is really good, so if grass like attacks into this, it can be pretty easily defended. But it looks like the Hydras are going to move out. Put some pressure on the Corsair in the middle of the map, but we also have the Zealots moving out. Now, yeah, this is like a numbers where I think, yeah, +1 just isn't quite finished, and so 5 Zealots are not going to be able to fight off, you know, what, 10 Hydralisks? 11 Hydralisks. It's just really not possible. Now, they are going to clean out the Zerglings there, but they need to wait for that +1 attack before they engage, and even then, they might not want to engage the Hydras. Extra photon cannons being laid down. That's always really good. The worst way to die as Protoss is to have not built 50 million cannons, because if when that happens, you just get run over by Hydralisks. Extra gateways being added on. Templar Archives is up. Storm is researching. 3 High Templar on the way, so that will really ensure that grass doesn't just die to Hydras here from Tarpman. Zealots still roaming the map. They're looking for the 3rd base. They still haven't found it because Tarpman hasn't taken it. And Lurker research is also underway. Oh. Third base is up for Tarpman. Zealots find it, so Grast is aware of it. But also, Hydras are taking up the contain on the base here. Now, there is enough Zealots here that they can probably scare them off in combination with the High Templar and the Storm. But they're going to have to, destroy some cans and destroy some gateways so that the Dragoons that are coming out will be able to also assist with the fight. Looks like the third base for Tarpman is going to be secure. Grast really doesn't have the reach to be able to start attacking it, but that also means that Tarpman is going to also have a secure fourth base, right? That's generally why Zerg takes these these harder to defend expansions first, is because as long as it happens in this early game and they do get to hold this, they get to solidify their defense at the harder to hold choke early. And so late game, they get this base for free, basically. Whereas if they hold this base and they hold this choke, then they have to develop a whole new defense at the expansion choke later. So, yeah, Tarpman in a good spot there. But Grast is moving across the map. They're going up to +2, wow, they're actually going up to researching +2/+2 right now. Which is going to be really good for them. Tarpman only on +1 attack. Ranged attack, going up to +2 ranged attack. Scourge coming out, which I'm not sure. Maybe I'm missing like the harassment that Corsairs have been getting in, but Scourge don't seem like they'd be very useful here. Grast only has one Corsair out on the map right now. And now Grast is going to be putting pressure on this third base, so it is going to test this lurker defense here, right? We have 5 lurkers set up, which is a good amount. Tarpman's army is on the other side of the map, so Grast doesn't have observers with the army, though. In fact, I don't think Grast has any observers out at all as of right now. One is just about finishing up there. So there he is. And Tarpman is going to go for the counterattack on Grast's natural here. Now, it is going to catch a lot of these units, sort of the retreating units, by surprise, but Tarpman is going to see that Grast is moving towards the main, and now it looks like these Hydras are the ones getting sandwiched, but there aren't any High Templar with this army, so these Hydras are going to be able to trade very well with the Zealots and Dragoons. Or at least I say that, but they are going to get melted, actually. No, they traded okay. A lot of Zealots got cleaned off, and the Hydras can be replaced very easily. Grast setting up their 4th base. Their High Templar are finally joining in with the rest of their army. Gotta be really careful about that unit control, because High Templar are so much slower than every other unit you have, so you have to really baby them around the map. Grast has their 3rd up. Tarpman getting their 4th up. So again, actually Grast is getting their 4th up as well. That means that Grast is going to be economically ahead of their opponent here. Fourth base up for Grast. There are 10 probes behind Tarpman's 62 drones, so... Okay, attack coming in here. Zerglings getting on top of Dragoons. Lurkers providing extra damage on top of everything, but Grast will come out ahead. The Observer lives, so they'll be able to clean up those Lurkers. And now... this looks like a pretty dangerous push at the third. We have 2-2 here for Protoss. Zerg only on 2-1. Storm's going down. Oh, that Defiler dies before it's able to get any spells off. And there is nothing here to defend the natural now. Storm's on drones, completely drying up the drone supply, evening them out. And we have Zerglings spawning. 8 Hydralisks are in production somewhere. They might be coming across the map. We have a Nidus Canal that could be reinforcing the... where does this Nidus Canal go? I think that Nidus Canal has an exit. But it looks like Grast is going to break this once that Hydroden dies. Oh, there's the Nidus Den. But a bunch of Lurkers come in, but Storm on that huge clump. Observers are still active, and Dragoons can fight Lurkers pretty well. Another Storm go down on the Lurkers. One Dragoon shot is all it takes to wipe them out. Storm coming down, clearing out some Zerglings, and the Dragoons are going to continue punishing that. Storm goes down, clearing out more drones, more Lurkers, more reinforcements coming in from Grast. And it looks like this natural is going to get cleared, and there's nothing to defend the main, and Tarpman GG's. And Grast takes our second series with a 2-0 victory and 102,000 total score. Alright, let's head over to that splash screen and put in Tarpman with 0 points and Grast with 2 on the board. Let Us Attack did very well in week 3 apparently. Let's go to our third game. Art of Turtle versus Nightmares of Manx Zune. This is the ZVZ match. Let's go. Okay. Now ZVZ game 1. Hold on. Did they play this out of order? Well, I guess they labeled game 1 as being Neo Sylphid. But we're just going to go ahead and play it in the correct order. Do Eclipse 1.2. Start that up. Switch the stream over, and it's time for the best matchup in the StarCraft Brood War video game. And that is Zerg versus Zerg. Top right corner as the brown Zerg representing the Korean mechanics in the week 3 tier 0 matches. We have Ash, Art of Turtle. And bottom left as our pink Zerg representing the tier 0 week 3 lineup of Let Us Attack. It is nOm.XUN. Both players have sent their overlords out. Both players are building drones. So it is only a matter of time before something hilarious happens. Extractor trick by Zune. Art of Turtle asking if that's better. Zune crying. Because the extractor trick does not provide as much value as you would think. Zune scouting their own... No, are they what? Zune hiding a hatchery. And extractor tricking again. Before building their overlord. Our pink and brown overlords pass each other in the night. Zune builds their spawning pool. and finally actually completes their extractor. Zune wants to know, why is it still laggy? Art of Turtle does not know, but then they say bad weather. So does Art of Turtle actually know why it's laggy and are lying? Perhaps to get an advantage as they get 5, 6 Zerglings out on the map. See what Zune is doing. Zune is making 4 sets of Zerglings with their hidden hatchery, which it makes creep. I'm not sure how you actually hide the hatchery, but Art of Turtle setting up the Zerglings on the ramp is actually getting their lair, so they will be getting mutas, and they're playing defensive anyways. A couple of Zerglings go scout the top left corner for a base that is not there quite yet. Overlord scouts the expansion. See that Zune does not have expanded, so they must only have 1 hatchery. The mind games at play are fascinating, but the Overlord is going to start moving over into the main. Zune's Overlord moving into the main of Art of Turtle is going to see the Spire on the way, and I think that's going to spell trouble. Zune is going to have to go for the Evolution Chamber and just build a bunch of spires, or a bunch of spore colonies. Because, yeah, I don't, well, okay, here comes the massive push by Zune. Art of Turtle, oh, and the drones to block their own ramp. No, the drones are to drone drill up on the, up onto the ramp here. And, that will prevent that. However, Art of Turtle responding in kind, building 2 sunken colonies, defending their ramp. The drones are still way far behind before they can break, but Art of Turtle micros their drones, their Zerglings, and Zune just barely isn't going to bust the ramp. Never mind, they do bust the ramp. They just barely bust the ramp, and they have 2 extra drones. They didn't even need the drone drill, but the sunken colony is already up. The drones are moving to the gas, and with the Spire completed, Art of Turtle, oh my god, no, cancel. Oh no, the range on the Sunkens are just a little too great. That is so unfortunate. What a cool idea that ultimately does not work. But with 2 mutas on the way, it is only a matter of time before the aggression from Zune cannot be defeated. In fact, actually, I joked about the 2 Zerglings that Art of Turtle hit in the top left base, but they still did it. Nablime says they're lied. They're still here. Nablime is still here for some ZVZ. This was some ZVZ ass ZVZ. And it's time to move to our second game. That's so let me also The Blime said that second sunk was clutch. Did you know the proxy sunk was coming? I don't think so. I think it was just an overreaction to the Zerglings. Which, to be honest, if he had only 1 sunken, I think... I should probably switch my splash screen on before I load the games, huh? I think the 2 sunks was a response to how many Zerglings Zune was sending out. But Zune also took like a really awkward fight at the ramp because they didn't wait for their for a drone drill to cut through. So yeah, no. Game on Neo Sylphid. All right, let's start that up. Cut over here. Not sure if you knew, but they play pre-cut third ends have built sunkens in each other's base before. Seemed just perfect. Screen. Okay. Yup. Nope. Nope. That one. Nope. That one. There we go. Bum says, seemed just perfect to stop it. If it's just versus Lings, I think you put it behind there. It could be. If these two players, like, Mutaler saying that they play against each other a lot, it could be very possible that, Art of Turtle, I guess also if you're drone drilling, you wouldn't pull 3 drones, right? Like, if you're just trying to drill the ramp, you would just only need, like, the one to break them up. So, if you're sending extra drones, it has to be for the Sunkens. I think just the surprise, the range of Sunkens is always surprising. Like, there's so much stuff that you can, you know, do. Well, now it's Sylphid. Okay. Let's introduce our players. The 12 o'clock on Theo Sylphid, we have Art of Turtle. This time they are doing the extractor trick. And in the bottom left, we have Nightmares of nOm.XUN, who's just getting a spawning pool, 9 pool first. Actually, that might have been overpool. But with overpool, Ash of Turtle getting their fast hatchery. We're going to see where it develops from here. Alright, Overlord scouting in the wrong direction versus an Overlord who's scouting in the right direction. Spawning pool for Ash of Turtle. Art of Turtle coming in. Lair on the way for Zune. Zune with the pool to make mining better on brand. Very fair, very fair. That's an extremely fast lair from Zune, with the bare minimum Zerglings required to defend their base, whereas Art of Turtle is... Ooh. Oh wow, that was a pretty neat little trick there with using the drones to stop that Zergling coming up. But that Zergling's going to get taken out, and Art of Turtle's going to be able to start mining from this base as well. Unfortunately, they don't have anything to counter Mutalisks, so unless they come in and attack and start putting the pressure on, then yeah, I don't know. We could be seeing the inverse of our first game, where the mutas are just going to be an inevitability, and one of our players is just going to accept that if the mutas actually come out, they lose. And here comes the push from Art of Turtle. You have, I believe, 8 Zerglings? 7 Zerglings versus 1, 18, 20, a lot more. Oh my god, 4 drones being pulled for the... Yeah, really good. Oh, okay, good engagement here. I think Art of Turtle is going to break this, and they're going to break it fairly easily. Getting into the base, only 1 sunken colony alive. I'm saying, let's go, Art of Turtle. And I think Art of Turtle is going to get on top. Ooh, the sunken colony does finish up very quickly, though. But the drones are here, and we could see, like, with the extra creep provided by this hatchery, we might be able to see a sunken colony placed on the very edge here. It looks like that's what they're going for. Just has to get a drone in position, but he loses 2 drones. 1 drone in a dream. 1 drone does live, but can it get into position fast enough? And it does. Creep colony is created. Drones are pulled to put damage on it, but again, it's like the thing where what does Art of Turtle do once the Mutalisks are out? No evolution chamber at home, just pure Zerglings. And it could just be I'm going to kill you before you can kill me. The Sunken Colony falls. The Zerglings are going to be able to take out all the drones, but the Mutas are coming out now. And so it really does come down to if the DPS of the Mutas can save Zune before the DPS of the Zerglings and the Sunken Colony can kill all their buildings. Evolution Chamber on the way, more Zerglings being rallied. And so the, Spore Colonies can be built here. I think this is a win for Art of Turtle with the very tight counter. So I guess GG, well played, man, from Zune. GG's from Art of Turtle. And that was a very fast and very strange 2-0 from Art of Turtle. Where is my overlay? There it is. Let's go. So Art of Turtle, well, let me make sure that's correct, right? We don't have a third game. Yeah, we just had 2. Art of Turtle with the 2-0, putting a point on the board for the Korean mechanics, as we should. And now Royal Blue is going to bring it home and tie us up against Toy Soldiers, which is, I believe, a PV. It is a TVZ. So let's hop into it. Let's just get right down into it. On Eclipse 1.2. Uh-oh. Yep, on a Eclipse 1.2 on the use map set. Oh god. On the use maps setting. In the top right, we have iRk-RoyalBlue representing the Korean mechanics, and in the bottom left we have Toy Soldiers playing as the purple Zerg representing Let Us Attack. Now, I do think there is an issue here where Royal Blue, for some reason, is playing red, but you know what? It's okay, I guess. All right. So this is the matchup I know the least about, so I'm just going to watch it very carefully and say, that's interesting a couple times. And that's going to be what this cast mostly is for our final match here. I know that Terran, they need to build some science vessels. Zerg, they have to build not Scourge to kill science vessels. And sometimes lurkers. Defilers are pretty good, I've heard. Oh, nice little wall set up here on the ramp for Royal Blue. Playing some StarCraft 2 here in our Brood War match. This poor SCV. Cornered by 2 Zerglings. Collar with the, yes, with the CV spam in the chat. Okay, vultures are out. Zerglings are no longer a unit allowed for our Zerg player. And with that upgrade... wait, no. Probably aren't going to see mech. Speed vultures are just that good. You just get them. Well, actually, no. We have an armory coming in, so I think iRk-RoyalBlue is going to be going for mech. They have a really delayed command center, but Toy Soldiers was playing a bit more aggressively, and they're still only on 2 bases, so that should be fine. They're actually going Mutalisks. Or no, they're going Aspire. Never mind. I don't know. I think Zerg gets Spire and Hyderden at the same time, because like you need to get Scourge for Science Vessels, but... yeah, there we go. Slowing down. Second factory, so RoyalBlue is going to be going fully mech. It could be the Goliath mech push, since we are getting the armory so fast. That is something that, you know, it works really well. Goliaths are actually an insane unit. Vultures are also insane units. And it is going to be Goliaths, yeah. So, with the Spire coming out, Goliath versus Mutalisk is a really interesting matchup. In that, like, by all accounts, the Goliaths should completely steamroll Mutas. But, because Mutas are small units, Goliaths only do half damage. So, like, if you get, like, an even amount of... if you get the right Muta count, you can start taking really weird fights and just, like, end a Goliath's existence super easily. So yeah, that's interesting. I don't think we have spider mines yet, but okay, here's a sort of Goliath task force. That's a lot of Mutalisks. So yeah, this is like the situation where I actually think that many Mutalisks kill this many Goliaths. So it'll be really awkward for RoyalBlue if they went and they built and they're like, I'm getting just Goliaths. They're a great anti-air unit. They have missiles, they have range, and then Mutas show up and just kill all of them, then kill the one missile turret that's up, and then all the SCVs. Yeah. That's only 10 damage there. That's only 10 damage. They're like mobile but squishy missile turrets, essentially. Yeah, see like how resilient the Mutas are, that like they dive in, none of them died, it's just 4 of them are taken to half health. By like basically RNG. God. See, I want to be like, oh, Toy Soldiers has 14 less workers than you know, Royal Blue has SCVs, but like Zerg is such a weird, like the matchup is so weird that it's like, is that normal? Is that okay? Like for Zerg to have that many? Like that few workers? Because Zerg needs less workers than their opponents, so it's just like, is that fine? 31 drones to 46 SCVs, 15 behind. 46 SCVs, rather. Vultures get up into the main, hide right in the corner there. Burrow protects those. I like Burrow. I think that's a fun ability. That's a cool little trick from Toy Soldiers. Saves about like 2 or 3 drone lives from that Vulture run by there. Mutas are just a good unit, huh? Like, how many fucking mutas is that? Like, over 20 at least. And they just kind of come in, they kill some turrets, they lose like 4 mutas. Hot take, muta's good unit. Yeah, actually. What the fuck? This is why Terran needs science vessels. Like, that was, like, all the Goliaths, several missile turrets, and, like, the mutas are in the center of all of it. And then they just don't die. They just live forever. Like, oh, okay. Okay. I guess having a mobile, clumped, flying, durable, like, high DPS unit is pretty good, as it turns out. God, he is just going pure mutas. What the? Okay, maybe what are the upgrades? About to have +2 armor. First science vessel's on the way here. I don't see any unfielded yet. I have to assume that they're, like, honestly, like, I'm pretty sure those mutas could just come in here and kill all of this. 1-1 on the mech. Well. Vulture run by, but again, we have the burrows. He has to at the very least give up a scan to fight, which is good. Like, I mean, you're going to do that to get the extra drone kills, especially since Toy Soldiers really isn't going lurkers, so you don't have anything else to need to save scans for. God damn. Hey, Scimo, if you give me 1k channel points, I won't not delay CPL 9 anymore than I wouldn't have otherwise. I don't think I can give channel points out. What do you need 1k channel points for, Sublime? I don't even know what I have enabled. I'm like 90% sure I can't just give those out. Wow. can give CPL 9 out. Oh no. I'll see what I can do. I'll figure it out. Let me see. You could always bet 1k channel points on a prediction. But I don't know. Yeah. Tempted to pay to make you name one Muta in this flock. Oh. Oh god. You know what? For Uniblime, for staying up, for being a trooper, I'm gonna do that for free. Which, I'm just gonna click on a random Muta, and you let me know if this is the Muta you want to name. Actually, wait, there's like a delay on the stream right there. That's Terry. This is Terry right here. Terry the Muta. Now, I can't select any other units for the rest of this game. While Terry runs bravely into battle. Taking missile shot. Oh, Jesus Christ, Terry. No. Oh, good God. Terry died. Oh, no. Irradiate's coming down. The Mutas are just like running around like AI that just doesn't know what to do. So many are dying. Oh my god. I think, guys, I think I figured out how to beat Mutalisks. Jesus. That's a lot of nearly dead Mutas. I think Irradiate good unit. Did the Overmind die? I think so. I think like Toy Soldiers was like, hold on, let me just activate the AI and have like the Mutas retreat to a point. Here comes the second wave of attacks. Mutas are getting cleaned up very quickly. We have Irradiates on standby. Siege mode for the Hydralisks. Dear God. That's a lot of dead bug. Yeah, Hydra's running up into the main. Goliaths are fighting them, but Hydras do pretty good against Goliaths. But, you know, SCVs are units that exist. Behind this, Toy Soldiers has a fourth base, I guess. 20 units behind. Okay, so you know I want claw-outs for maps, right? Claw-outs. The narrow path to the bot. Oh, this third is Hamburger Hill. Oh my god. So this is Death Valley and we have Death Valley, we have Hamburger Hill. All right, that's being added to my knowledge of CPL canon. Ooh, that like really this map is like a Dota map. It really kind of is. Excuse me, I think you mean wait, what was the I think you mean an Aeon of Strife map. This is StarCraft Brood War. It has trees basically the same as Dota. Oh yeah, the ostracized SC2 Dota. What's the last time you saw Aeon of Strife hosted? Alright, I'm gonna host an Aeon of Strife game now. Sotis The ostracized SC2 Dota. Fair. I wonder if people still play that in the SC2 custom games lobby. That'd be pretty weird. When, like, there's so many free ones. That are, like, full games. Did you ever play? I remember the High Templar was OP if it got fit. I played it, like, in 2013. And by play it, I mean, like, I joined a game. I didn't know what to do because I had never played, like, a MOBA style thing before. And I was just like, oh, okay. And then I'd never played it again. Fourth base coming up for RoyalBlue. Fifth base denied for toysoldiers. Hydra. Oh geez, toysoldiers doesn't just now getting their queen's nest. That's rough. They're getting spawn broodlings. Let's go. Okay, hell yes. Hell yes. Give us the spawn broodling tech. Snipe out those siege tanks. We'll irradiate. Jesus. I wonder what the like optimal queen research is. Oh, nope, that's not the... There we go. Yeah, 3-1 for the mech. And 2-1 for the Hydras, 0-2 for Mutas. So I wonder what the, like, because I know, like, so for example, like Arbiters, like, you never research recall before stasis because of how, like, building the Arbiter and the energy upgrade, like, progression work. I wonder if there's something similar for Queens, where there's, like, obviously there's, like, no reason for them to have spawn broodlings right now, right? Like, as soon as you start the Queen, if you want to get energy, you gotta finish energy before you start a Queen, or you don't get any. Okay. So, like, what are the Queen upgrades are energy, ensnare, and spawn broodling, right? Like, you have to upgrade ensnare. So, like, I wonder if, like, the optimal thing is you just always upgrade ensnare first and then get spawn broodling so that the Queen, like, you know, because otherwise you have to wait for the energy before you can do anything with them. Just you wait until they have 150 mana. I think you just get Broodling and Gauntlet. Yeah, but wouldn't you want to get Ensnare, like, just so you have the option to? It's like how, like, if you're getting Arbiters and you're not planning to use Stasis at all, you're just doing Recall, you still would get Stasis first. What 4 versus mech? Like, you can slow units down, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, like, it's like the option, right? Maybe. Does spawn broodling work through defensive matrix? What? Dude, fuck this vulture in particular. Alright, so D-Matrix doesn't affect it at all. Gotcha. Broodling doesn't care about damage. I see. Now let's see some broodlings. Where the queens at? Just saying. 10 queens, all have enough energy. Snipe out 10 siege tanks, 10 Goliaths. And we're just suiciding Hydras in? Nah. There we go. Let's go. Here we go. Queen hit squad. Now, if you had brought all 12 queens, all of this would be dead. Would have been amazing. I don't even know where the other queens are at. They're still waiting back here. They're at full energy. The energy's being wasted. Can't fight into this. You need broodlings. Oh, man. Here we go. Oh, but now the reinforcements have come. What the? Jeez, those queens, they are not getting the value that I think they need to be getting. Oh, broodling. What the? Okay. That's the second time this happens where the queen dies before the broodling hits, like as the broodling is hitting, and then the thing doesn't get broodlinged, right? I'm not the only one who's seeing this. That's really bad. Like, the broodling landed as the queen died, and the unit didn't get killed. Crazy. D-Matrix on the tanks. Yeah, science vessels are pretty good. Hydra's kinda not really getting any damage. RoyalBlue maxed out. Nearly about to be fully upgraded mech units versus pretty far off from being fully upgraded Hydras. No defilers. The queen count is also non-existent at this point. We have one queen. Oh, Hydra's actually coming in to attack the main. That could be huge. But we have Sea Shank set up on the high ground now. Soul Key 1 is going to transition to Wing Ultra. I think Toy Soldiers still, like, the problem is RoyalBlue is not being aggressive at all, but I think part of that is just because of how aggressive Toy Soldiers is being. But, like, if Toy Soldiers just calms down for a second and RoyalBlue doesn't punish that, like, they can transition out of it. Because right now, like, the aggression that Toy Soldiers is doing is, like, is fine. Ooh. Ooh. Nice, really good pickoffs on the science vessels there. Hydra's getting on top of the SCVs. But, like, all these Hydras are going to die, but Valkyrie. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Well, the mining bases are drying up for Royal Blue. They only are mining off of 2, but they do have the top left. Toy Soldiers could theoretically take this other bottom right base for free. Yeah. You can see the supply, like, it was Toy Soldiers was being continuously... Mutalar saying, no way you can attack the main without drops or queen. I agree. I think, Toy Soldiers, like, they invested so much into, like, those 10 or 12 queens, and then they got maybe, like, 5 siege tanks between all of them, which, is a really rough, like, comparison. Like, it's a really rough problem to overcome. Like, you're just insanely inefficient. And, like, nothing has really been limiting the vessel count of Royal Blue. So they've been continuously been able to go, okay, here's a D-Matrix, here's a Radiate, continuously. 6 more queens being added in now, but it might just be too little too late. Yeah, Toy Soldiers 3rd is drying up really quickly. Royal Blue is positioning to take the bottom right base, and really if they are able to get that, it is just straight up game over. I mean, it kind of already is game over. Toy Soldiers doesn't really have a like they have Hydras. Some queens are coming out right now, but I mean, like, look at their mineral count. They just don't have the economy to continue the aggression that they were continuing when it was that aggression preventing Royal Blue from just being able to freely move out and kill them. So at this point, like, there's a pause in the action. Royal Blue has any opportunity at this point to just start moving across the map, reinforcing their army, and just taking out a double irradiate on the eraser move with the science vessels here. A lot of drones melting through. Burrows to survive, but Royal Blue kind of actually just sacking the science vessels. But again, it's like at any point the science vessels could just, or not science vessels, but Royal Blue could just start moving across the map, reinforcing whatever is dying, and they would probably still win. Toy Soldiers doesn't really have any, like, complex, like, high-tech unit to be able to prevent them from being run over. Like, there's nothing that can really turn the tide. Like, queens are nice, but queens are, like, good at, you know, supporting a push, right? Like, picking off tanks and stuff, right? If you aren't... I mean, and, like, yeah, Toy Soldiers doesn't have any defilers. They don't have any ultras. Like, they don't have anything that can really, like, support these hydras. So the hydras do just die straight up to, like, Goliath's tanks and vultures. GGs are called. Toy Soldiers drops out, and Royal Blue takes our first game of our last match of the day. Okay, let's go to set up our second map. Neosylphid 2.0. We're just gonna hop right into it. Start the match, switch our stream back over to the appropriate screen, and open it back up. Oh, well, at the 12 o'clock position, we have our blue Terran player, Royal Blue. This time with their appropriate colors in the spawn position that I'm told is the wrong place to be. And the bottom left corner, we have Toy Soldiers playing as the orange Zerg, representing Let Us Attack. Dropping one game, and Royal Blue is looking to pick this up. And a clean 2-0, maybe. Maybe I'm a little biased, as they are a Korean mechanics player. But, you know. We love our CPL players. I guess is the vertical supply depot barrack stuff, is that linked tight? Like, it has to be, right? Or else... Oh yeah, I guess it is. There's no reason they'd get that janked up. But Lings have a lot of DPS, but SCVs repair very quickly, so... Only a brief panic in the base of Royal Blue. SCV picked off. Zerglings keeping Royal Blue honest and in their base. Royal Blue once again going for that mech play that won them game one. So it would probably seem like Royal Blue is going to be going for a kind of like they're going to try to mirror what they did in game one, where they're just going to go play really solid mech, play really defensively, and out and just, you know, hold fast against the Zerg until such time that like they can just, you know, mathematically have win in every reality, right? Like just there is a certain point where like you just are so like you've traded so well over the course of the game that like it's impossible mathematically to lose, which is the situation they were in game one. So that's a lot of vultures, but we have hydras and sunken colonies and a sunken colony up at the natural for defense, so they shouldn't get too much damage. Hydras should be able to get in and block well. Ooh, okay, the vultures are going to get in the main. That's actually huge. And it's 3 vultures, so it is a guaranteed one-shot on the drones, but some misplays there, not target firing them down. And RoyalBlue and Toy Soldiers can get out of this situation without losing too much. A couple of pot shots on the vulture, as it is going to take out at least one drone and back off. Goliath's on the way for RoyalBlue to help fight the Hydras. And then we're going to see an expansion come up here pretty soon. Toy Soldiers still only on 2 bases, getting their worker count up, but they're only on 10 drones, so I think they're just doing like a Hydra all-in. And I mean, we have a bunker with Marines. Like, this shouldn't get damage done, right? I think the Hydras will be able to take out the supply depots. Oh, the Goliaths abusing Hydra range, outranging them by just a little bit. Hydra range starting. Yeah, actually, that's crazy. Yeah, no, these Goliaths are perfectly safe behind this wall, and RoyalBlue can just macro up and feel really comfortable with that. Toy Soldiers are going to have to give up and try and play a macro game now. Ooh, that's a lot of vultures waiting in the wings that could just slip right by. Nothing defending them from just getting into the main here. Lair on the way. I like this arc of Hydras. It really makes it hard for Toy Soldiers to actually move out. But, you know, with siege mode ready, RoyalBlue can just... Yeah, see, Toy Soldiers are going to have to do a full retreat because RoyalBlue can just, you know, creep forward, siege the Hydras down, and if the Hydras ever run forward, they get shredded by the Goliaths. Yeah, map control by the vultures is pretty good. But Hydra's, oh, okay. Take out a couple. Vultures are going to try to dive in, but they're only going to get a couple of drones. 3 drones, actually. You know what? 3 drones for 3 or 4 vultures. That's an okay trade. I think RoyalBlue's okay with that trade. And now they have the space to be able to start moving out and get their natural setup. And with their massive worker lead, they might just be able to move forward and get like a 3rd as well really quickly. I'm not sure. Starport on the way, so we should be seeing the science vessels coming out fairly soon. Spire on the way for Toy Soldiers, so they might try going into that heavy muta play they did in Game 1. But again, like with the science vessels, you know, the tech for them is being started. We already have a nice core of Goliaths. Missile turrets are few and far between, but they are there. I think we might see an issue with the mutas there, where the same issue in Game 1, where they seem way better. Like they're really, really good, and then as soon as irradiates start coming out, they get melted. And the irradiates are going to be coming out a lot faster this game compared to Game 1. So... Overlord barely alive. 3rd base for Toy Soldiers on the way. Uh-oh. Those hiders are getting dangerously close to being sacrificed for no reason. This Toy Soldier's about to donate 750 minerals to their opponent. Oh, there's the mutas. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, Irradiate's, I think, done. Science Vessel's on the way. So those mutas are going to come out just in time for their counter to be ready. So yeah, that's going to be a bit unfortunate for Toy Soldiers. Great mine placements all over the map by RoyalBlue. Getting that good map vision. Keeping tabs on their opponent. Some mines like in the corners here would also be super good to catch the mutas as they're flying around, but you know. Actually, that would be a pretty good mine placement right there. Also would be good for like pylons and PVZ or just for scouting. Because you get to see when the base happens as well. Huh. Alright, but here comes the mutas. We have one missile turret ready. We have one science vessel with, I believe, one irradiate on it. And that is a ton of mutalisks. Now, RoyalBlue has Goliaths. But they're actually just going to abandon the base. Unfortunately, right, like this wall is going to prevent the Goliaths from coming up here and being able to really defend this. That's a lot of SCVs dying. One irradiate going down, but it's the only irradiate they have, and that muta splits off very quickly. Command center taken out, Goliaths filtering in, and I think this is a situation, if Toy Soldiers just stood and fought, I think they would just win the game. But they're going to retreat. Dang, that actually is so unfortunate for Toy Soldiers, is if they just fight here, right, like that many mutas kills this many Goliaths. Every day of the week. Only one science vessel whose irradiate is already gone. Muta's flying in here, taking out some siege tanks and some SCVs. Science vessel coming up. But it's not irradiating. Is that the trigger? Like, Toy Soldiers knows that it doesn't have the energy? No, they're going to fly back up to the main. Get on top of the production. Command center is replaced very quickly. Mutas are going to get on top of the Goliaths, on top of the bunker, on top of the missile turret, probably. Second irradiate coming in. No, they just start flying away. Yeah, no, they're going to target down the science vessel. Second irradiate happens, but it's on a lone muta who's going to die, but a couple mutas split off from the pack. Mutas targeting down the command center. That's a lot of reinforcements coming in. And they, I mean, yeah, like I think Toy Soldiers is finally realizing, yeah, they can just stand and fight. And it looks like they're going to win here, but the DPS from the Goliaths is starting to ramp up. That bunker was adding a lot of extra DPS from the Marines, but the mutas are going to dive back in again, start taking out Goliaths. But is the bunker, the Goliaths, and the missile turret enough to actually start doing the damage? A lot of the mutas are getting down into the red. More Goliaths spawning from the factories, but the mutas, a lot of them are still on very high HP, but I think finally down to 10 mutalisks. I think the damage is finally getting to them. They're going to take out one more missile turret. The muta reinforcements just really aren't there. I don't know where the gas from Toy Soldier is supposed to... Oh. He only has 2 drones on gas on his main base. That would explain why there's only a few mutas coming in. At this point, right, we have almost enough for another irradiate. The Goliath count has kind of refreshed. They've gotten back up into the main. RoyalBlue should be stabilizing here. And they're only slightly worse for wear. They're going to have to rebuild their command centers, and they're going to have to build up an extra base as well. But, you know, Terran can take that pause, right? Terran can mine off of one base for a little bit. CC back up in the main. But Toy Soldiers gets their 4th established right on this edge here. That's going to be a really good staging ground for like if they're just going straight mutas. Getting to be able to produce mutas right over the edge there is going to be very good for Toy Soldiers. They still only have 2 drones on gas. They still only have 2 drones on gas, I think. Yeah. Yo, what's up, character? Catching the last match of the cast. That's a lot of Mulisks. Damn it, I'm waking up early. Yes, it do. Mutaflux coming in. Only 2 missile turrets they have to really contend with, and then they get to have free reign on the Goliath. Irradiate coming down on the Science Vessel. Scourge coming straight for it. That's a lot of Scourge, but they are going to get picked off before they can get this vessel. But the Mutas are going to start cleaning up the Goliaths. Actually, Goliaths are pretty tanky. Really the only reason. Yeah, we're like 3 hours apart, and I like doing early casts so I can have like an afternoon, so it's like all these unfortunate factors. Like of almost near noon half the time. Fair. Oh no, I fully understand the like waking up at 5, like fucking 6 a.m. during the week and then just wanting to sleep all day during the weekend. That is a fully understand that feeling. Also, RoyalBlue has recovered exceptionally well this game for a Terran whose main base command center has been destroyed twice. Still no Queen's Nest on Toy Soldiers' part, so I think there is like... yeah. Bit of a little... maybe a bit of a hiccup there. Give up. Never surrender. Even if it takes 2 hours to resolve a TVT game. Jesus. That's a lot of Mutalisks. Looks like they're going to be swinging over to try and get the mineral-only base. Which is not going to work. Radiate's going down on the Mutaflock. Yeah, Toy Soldiers just doing a lot of what they did game 1, which is just go really hard on mutas, but like the problem with that is that you don't have the resources to like set up any other tech. And now Royal Blue has like the full muta counter. They have a massive Goliath army. They have a bunch of science vessels with a radiate somewhere. There's one of them. Yeah, but here comes the muta Hydra, a radiate going down. And it's really hard to micro like them out when there's giant fights like this. And that is a pretty concise victory for Royal Blue. They might just try to move over and end the game now at this point. Like, that was insane. Like, every single muta died. The entire Hydralisk bulk got taken out, and it looks like Royal Blue just needs to, like, start moving over and closing it out. Let's take a look at what the upgrades were at there. Completely fully upgrade. Yeah, full mech upgrades versus +1 attack on the Hydras. Not the greatest situation there for our orange Zerg. GGs are called, and Royal Blue takes it 2-0, giving Korean Mechanics the second win in the Tier 0 Week 3, 142,000 points. And so if we take a look at our splash screen here, give Royal Blue that 2-0 victory. And so Tier 0 of our Week 3 players, 2 points for Lettuce Attack and 2 points for Korean Mechanics, in a perfect tie as all things should be. But that's 5 map wins for Korean Mechanics, so really they kind of won that week. 5 map wins is pretty good. Yeah, all right, that's the cast for today. That's all I had planned. Just a little short one. It's been a while since we've had a good old StarCraft cast. So a little short one, a 3-hour cast just to like ease back into things. Yeah. So thank you for watching. If you're watching this, you're probably from the CPL. So nice. Thanks for that. Remember that CPL 9 is just around the corner, probably. Maybe. I probably shouldn't talk about that because I actually have no idea. But until CPL 9 is just around the corner, we're going to be casting CPL 8 games on Saturdays, probably, maybe. But, yeah, that's the plan. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and kick it over. That's going to be it for today's cast. Let's see if there's somebody who is streaming StarCraft that we can, go and support. Browse. Give us the StarCraft. Who is streaming StarCraft? Oh my god. This is going to be a... Jesus. Why is Twitch actually garbage to... To be fair, the corner could be miles away, but it is around the corner. True. All right. Why is Twitch actually garbage on trying to figure out? Okay, I just want to see StarCraft as a category. Let me... What are you doing? Let me see the category for... Okay, there it is. Okay, who's streaming StarCraft? Hey, here we go. Is this guy doing Mole Trap, a classic Brood War caster?
He had more hair, dude. I had hair back then.
Yeah, he's casting some old games. That probably is pretty cool. So we're gonna do that /raid Mole Trap. Y'all can go watch some. You just watched some great current CPL Tier 0 players, and now you can go see some classic StarCraft games. Yeah, so go do that. I think I did that right. The raid has been created. Yes. Go ahead and do our warp out. Yeah. All right. I'll say easy. Thank you again for viewing. If you aren't following the channel, give it a follow. But otherwise, yeah, just play StarCraft. It's cool. Sweet.